Hello and welcome to Year 6 Maths Revision, Mixed Calculations and Topics, and this is Spring 1, Part 11. There are 10 questions and for each one you have either a choice of A or B, but many times you should and can do both. Pause the video while you work each one out, and when you are finished you will press play and I will talk through the method and give the answer. So for this one you should do both A and B. You have 699 rounded to the nearest 10 and the nearest 100, and 19,999 rounded to the nearest 1,000 and 10,000. Press pause and then we'll go through the answers. Okay, so rounded to the nearest 10, so we have a 9 digit in the tens column. So we look to the right and we have a 9 digit. That means we're going to round up. However, because this is 9, the next digit has to go up 1. We can't make 9. There is no digit after 9 because once that happens, we go into the next column to the left. So the answer to that is 700. And that's actually the answer to the second one as well. The nearest 100 is also 700. For 19,999 to the nearest 1,000, so we have a 9 in the thousands column, and also this digit here to the right is above 5, so we're going to round up. So the nearest 1,000 is going to be 20,000. The nearest 10,000, so we look at this digit, it's a 1. We look to the thousands, that's 9, so we're going to round up. So again, the same answer, 20,000. Here we have 5.4 times 3 and 26.2 times 43. Press pause, then we'll do it together. 5.4 times 3. So we put our decimal point in the answer box. 3 times 4 is 12, carry the 1. 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16, so that's 16.2. 26.2 times 43. So we need to get our answer box and we need to make sure that we've got our decimal point in the correct place. I'm actually just going to rub that out. It's a little bit messy, so I'll be a bit more careful this time. 26.2. Now remember, unlike when you're adding and subtracting decimals, you do not have to line up like for like, so ones and tens and so on, when you are multiplying. Now look at that. I've put my decimal points. This answer box at the end is where I will be adding up my total. So 26.243. And I've spotted there that needs to be a 3. It's really important to check calculations before you begin. 3 times 2 is 6. 3 times 6 is 18. Carry that 1. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. I'm now going to cross that 1 out, cross that 3 out, and I need to put a 0 here because we're in effect multiplying by 40, not 4. So we put a 0 there. So 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 6 is 24. So the 4 goes here, the 2 goes here. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 2 is 10. So the answer is here we have a 6. 16, carry the 1. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Carry the 1. So the answer is 1,126.6. Okay, now for the next one. We have here 2 shapes and you need to put the vertices, the name of each shape and the number of faces. So press pause and then we'll do it together. Okay, so this is a square based pyramid. Notice I have a hyphen between square and based. Now a square based pyramid, imagine that you have got, you can see there, you have got one face on the bottom, the square, and then 4 faces around. So there are 5 faces. This is a cuboid, and it has got 6 faces, just like a cube. Okay, 4a, you've got 2/3 add 1/12. You've got 4/7 add 1/8. I recommend you do both of these, or at least side A, if you think 4b looks a bit more tricky. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay, so we cannot add 3 and 12 together because they are different denominators. However, I've noticed that 12 is a multiple of 3. Now, I could just write down here 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, and then 12. And then I notice that 12 is going to be the common denominator. But I noticed that already. So 1/12 isn't going to change. 2/3, so the 3 became 12, that's times by 4. So we times the 2 by 4, which is 8. So it's 8/12 add 1/12, so the 12 stays the same, and it's 9/12. Now, 4/7 add 1/8 is a bit trickier, because if you look at the 7 and the 8 times table, so 7, usually I say to write out the first 5 multiples. 7, 14, 21, 28, 35, 8, 16, 24, 32 and 40. We see there we do not have a common multiple yet. So let's continue. 42, 48, 56, so, sorry, 42, 49, 56, 40, 48, 56. So the common multiple is 56 for both of these. So 7 times 8 is 56. So we do the same thing to the top number. We do 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. And then on this side, we need to do, we've done 8 times 7, so we do 1 times 7, which is 7. So let's just double check that. To make 7 into 56, we times it by 8. And then we do the same thing to the numerator. 4 times 8 is 32. And then we've times that by 7. Okay. So here, 56 is the same denominator. And then it's going to be 39. Now, some of you have worked out there is a quicker way where you, rather than write out the times table, you just multiply those two together. So 7 times 8 is 56. So if you've worked that faster way out for yourself, well done. As long as you remember, whatever you do to the denominator, you must do the same, multiply it the same by the numerator. Okay, let's look at this next one. We've got 23.4 divided by 10. And we've got 12.6 divided by 100. Press pause and then we'll do it together. Okay, so we've got here the tenths column, the ones column, a decimal place, we've got tenths, hundredths, and thousandths. So 23.4. We're going to divide by 10. So the digits are all going to move one place to the right, because 10 has 1 0, so it moves one place. The 4 is going to go here. The 3 is going to go here. We need a decimal place, and a 2 is going to go here. So it's 2.34. Now over on this side, we've got the tens column, the ones column, tenths, hundredths, and thousandths column. So it's 12.6, like that. And the digits are going to move 2 places, right? Because 100 has 2 zeros and we're dividing. So we're going to go a 6 here, a 2 here. Actually, I've divided by 1,000 there. So it's going to move 2 places. So the 6 is going to go from there to there. No, so I was right. The 2 is going to come here. 1's going to come here. Decimal place, 0. So 12.6 divided by 100 is 0.126. Now you need to find 3/4 of 200 and 5/12 of 3,600. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Okay, so we divide by the denominator. So 200 divided by 4 is 50. Now you could have done the bus stop method for that. It's actually 50. And then 50 times 3 equals 150. So the answer is 150. Divide by the denominator times by the numerator. Next, we've got 3,600 divided by 12. And then we're going to times the answer by 5. So 12 goes into 3 0 times, carry the 3. 12 goes into 36 3 times, 0 0. So the answer is 300. So 3,600 divided by 12 equals 300. And then if you times that by 5, you get 1,500 or 1,500. So for a fraction of an amount, divide by the denominator, get your answer, and then times by the numerator. Okay, the next one. Bus stop method. However, I will tell you that you're going to have to give your remainder as a decimal. Okay, so you can't have a remainder left over, you have to give it as a decimal. 5 goes into 1 0 times, carry the 1. 5 goes into 15 3 times, carry the 1. 5 goes into 13 2 times, because 2 times 5 is 10 with a remainder of 3. So we put a decimal place, we put decimal place at the decimal point at the bottom. So that's 3 0 there. And 5 goes into 36 times. So it's 32.6. Over on this side, we've got 129 divided by 8. So 8 goes into 12. 8 goes into 1 0 times, carry that. 1 over 8 goes into 12 once with 4. 8 goes into 49 6 times, because 6 times 8 is 48, and there is a remainder of 1. So we put our 0 and our small 1. 8 goes into 12. 8 goes into 10 once with a remainder of 2. 8 goes into 20 3 times, because 8, 16, no, it actually goes in 2 times. And then we have a remainder of 4, because 20 take away 16 is 4. 8 goes into 45 times. So the answer is 16.125. Okay, you're going to find the area of each triangle. Press pause, then we'll do it together. Right, for the area of the triangle, you multiply the height by the base, and then you divide by 2. So it's going to be 9 times 3, which is 27. Now 27 divided by 2, it's an odd number, So we're going to have to give our answer as a decimal. So 27 divided by 2. 2 goes into 2 once. No remainder. 2 goes into 7 3 times with a remainder of 1. 2 goes into 10 5 times. So it's 13.5, but it's centimetre squared cm2. 5 times 5 is 25. And now we need to do 25 divided by 2. Now you can do the bus stop method, or you might think to yourself, well, hang on a minute, 24 divided by 2 is 12. So with 25, we've got one extra 1, and if you split that 1, it's 0.5. So the answer is 12.5 centimetres square. Okay. Got two calculations here with Roman numerals. Press pause, have a go, then we'll do it together. Right, so Ix is 9 because 10 is x and you put 1 before you subtract it. 9 times 3. We actually just did that in, I think, in our triangle there. 9 times 3 is 27. So 27 would be x, 5, I. That's 7, that's 20. MCCL divided by V. So MCCL, M is 1,000, that's 200, and that's 50. So it's 1,250 divided by 5. Now, the answer, I think, is 250. So let's just check that. 5 goes into 1, 0 times, carry that. 5 goes into 12 twice with a remainder of 2. 5 goes into 25, 5. There we are, 250. And 250 is C. Well, it's actually this, CCL. Okay, could you please write the half of each of these numbers? If you know them by heart, that's great. If not, you'll have to divide them by 2. Press pause. So half of 30 is 15. Half of 50 is 25. Half of 70 is 35. And half of 90 is 45. Thank you for taking part. If you don't understand something, go back, check the working out. If you think I'm wrong, let me know, and I'll see you.